Well, hello again, and welcome again to another podcast, Down to Earth but Heavenly Minded. I'm your host, Risch. And I'm back to using OBS. I tried to use Zoom, but the rendering of the video takes so long, I'm just going to use OBS because it renders as you go. So when I'm done recording, the video is ready for upload. So with that said, we're going to be looking at an article today, the urgent need for prayer, and I'm just going to get that article up. Just give me a minute here and I'll get it up here. Okay, we got the article up here. Let me just go to where I could scroll. The title of the article is The Urgent Need for Prayer, and we know that there's always an urgent need for prayer. This was by Steve Hulshizer. The Lord's people are often encouraged to pray for missionaries and the presentation of the gospel of Christ around the world, and rightfully so. These laboring brothers and sisters face dangers, discouraged, and disappointment daily. They need our prayers. Unfortunately, the prophets of his own country is often forgotten or overshadowed by the rightful care of those laboring abroad. Many laboring saints in their home countries are forgotten when it comes to prayer. Thankfully, there are many who do pray, and many of them are godly widows and widowers who use their available time wisely in prayer. However, there is still a reminder of urgent need for prayer for home workers. They face various problems, not the least of which is temptations. The adversary is very active in attempting to bring down these desirings to serve the Lord and who are in the limelight. Obviously, the desires to defeat all Christians, but some are bigger targets than others. In recent years, we have lost some very active and gifted brothers due to failure. This is not only sad and disappointing, it is also discouraging to the Lord's people while adding to the load of other workers. None of us are above failing. Whenever let him that thinketh he stand, take heed lest he fail. 1 Corinthians 10:12. Workers need to be alert to those attacks and understand the severity of such a fall. If the Apostle Paul would ask for prayer, brethren, pray for us, 1 Thessalonians 5:25, how much more should laborers convert the prayers of the saints and fellow laborers? They themselves need to be cried out to the Lord often to preserve them. It's so true. We need also to pray for the recovery and for those who are spiritually to work towards that end failed, while shutting certain doors of service does not render the restoring saints unless the adversary who loves to convince the fallen, it does, and other saints as well, but it is another of his lies. Temptation in this country no longer waits for us to seek them, but they are advanced upon all saints almost constantly due to the governmental breakdowns in the area of prohibition, pornography, and other immoral activities. Temptations is at our doorstep, and even facing itself into our homes, forcing itself into our homes, by way of phone lines and computers. We need, I'm going to add television also, we need to be praying for the spread of the gospel at home and abroad, but we must also be praying for those individuals who are laboring in many ways, teaching, shepherding, publishing, counseling, and evangelizing. There is an urgent need for prayer for those laboring at home. So we got to remember them. So with that said, this article is finished, so I'll end my podcast here, and we'll see you the next time. God bless. Bye for now.